raised by two military sergeants, so saying that independence runs in my veins is an understatement. Stories of my early childhood include staying with extended family for months on end while my parents worked overseas, the dread that filled my heart when my dad got a standby call while we played catch in the front yard, and wandering around air traffic control towers while my mom cranked out shifts. Growing up in a military environment is so structured, yet so unpredictable. So much so that independence is no longer a choice, but a lifestyle. You see, I view myself as an independent young woman. I got my license at 7 a.m. on a school day because I was just itching for real freedom. I motivate myself to work out up to 3 times a day, 6 days a week, all workouts of which are tracked in the notes section on my phone. And I'm even happy to climb the Walmart shelves when my favorite brand of oatmeal is out of reach. Fun fact, I even won my family's Thanksgiving turkey during a race. What I've come to struggle with, though, are the negative connotations that come with exhibiting these habits and routines. As an independent young woman, especially one in high school, I'm seen as intimidating, overambitious, and even callous to my peers simply because I aim high. I want to dismantle this view on young women. As a teenager, specifically one growing up as a non-member of the Mormon Church, it feels that peer validation is crucial, even as much as I try to convince myself that it isn't. I've felt myself many times wanting to water down and dilute my own sense of ambition and independence because it makes others uncomfortable. But then I thought to myself, if Meghan Markle can blast through barriers as Duchess, so can I. An example of my struggle, though, is with my running. There are days where I will add on miles throughout the day, days where I will run 2 separate workouts and then go to the gym afterwards to strength train. I have people outside of the running community telling me that I'm crazy, that I'm overambitious, that I don't operate on a normal, healthy level. The thing is, it is normal to me. It is healthy to me. And above all else, it makes me, me. It's a microcosm for a woman's battle with her own autonomy and ambition. Constantly being told that we aim too high, that we reach too far. All of this being said from the mouths of people who are uncomfortable with the bright ambition of a young woman. So like I said, I'm independent. I don't like asking for help, and I oftentimes don't even see it as an option. As a young woman in high school, I've learned that just because I'm independent, it does not mean that I have to operate like a machine. Collaboration is key in womanhood. All the times that I've ever gotten myself into tricky situations have been when I've stubbornly operated alone. For example, it snowed pretty badly in late March, and my mom, who is gonna hate me for telling this story, kindly offered to drive me to school, since I had just gotten my license 2 weeks prior and had never driven in the snow before. I'm sure you all know the feeling of thinking that you're grown at age 16, so you can imagine the eye-rolled, "No, Mom," refusal that I gave her. That felt right. Felt justified. Till I hit a Land Rover in my school parking lot. Yeah. So, to avoid this level of catastrophe, I decided to recruit the help of, yes, help, independent women in leadership positions who could give me their perspective on collaboration and independence. The first woman I interviewed was Marina Gomberg, who is the Director of Marketing and Communications at the College of Fine Arts at the University of Utah. She is also a lifestyle columnist at the Salt Lake Tribune and is closely involved with Equality Utah as a human rights activist. Let's also not forget that she is a mother on top of these other incredible things. Marina and I had a wonderful talk. We spoke on how women in leadership positions are often assigned a set of characteristics that require them to fit a cookie-cutter mold. They are limited to being masculine, cold, and bossy, all traits of which are frowned upon when exhibited by women. It's odd how powerful women are painted in such negative ways. My talk with Marina left me with 3 important concepts of independence. Number 1, what rests at the heart of independence is being okay with yourself beyond the stereotypes. You then emulate that okayness onto others. Number 2, a leader is someone with a vision, a path, and a heart open to collaboration. Number 3, oftentimes in the absence of knowing, we assume information. We need to collaborate, ask questions, and give people credit. As a part of my next interview, I interviewed my past English teacher and current mentor, Nicole Robinson. She highlighted the reality of why it's hard for women to become independent and maintain this quality in our society. Women are expected to become extensions of their relationships, like a branch off of a tree. We are seen as carriers for life, and so when we reject or put this role on the back burner, we're seen as villainous. Nicole left me with a very important question for us all to ponder. When did independent become polarized from compassionate? My takeaway from these 2 women inspired me to write a little self-help manual on striking this balance between independence and collaboration. And so I present to you the 4 pillars to a stubborn girl's temple. Number 1, it is okay to ask for help. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, it takes a village, and it could not resonate more with this topic. Let me put it this way. You are a pyramid, okay? It took approximately 6,700 people to build a pyramid and up to 20 years to complete. So don't think that you have to fly solo or put harsh time constraints on yourself during this process of construction. Have a support group to help you place these metaphorical bricks on the pyramid that is you. Number 2, don't burn yourself out. It is very common among young, ambitious, independent women to feel the need to essentially be Wonder Woman. We take on others' workloads and reject our own essential needs because we feel that constantly working and being on that grind is a means to measure our success and worth. The thing is, we do not have to work ourselves into the ground to prove our worth to anyone, including ourselves. If you frivolously burn your candle, even at times where there are external sources of light, there will be a day where these external sources cease and you will be at a loss because your own candle will be burnt to its wick from overuse. So, be conservative with your time and energy. Know what is and isn't beneficial to you, and act accordingly. Number 3, focus on internal factors. The world is vast and full of millions of external factors that can affect you and your ability to work as an individual. Disregard them. Metaphorically speaking, if you wipe out on a rocky trail run, get up, dust off your shorts, marvel at your bleeding leg, and take off faster than before. Drive motivation from within yourself rather than letting external sources dictate you. There's a quote that I like to live by that resonates with this rule. I will not diminish my value or integrity by forcing myself to fit into a space where my presence is both unwanted and unwelcome. Number 4, view yourself positively. Viewing yourself positively emulates light onto others. I'm going to use another running example. Running is the most independent sport that there is. You will yourself into every step and swing of your arm. Even in a team relay, the moment the baton leaves your teammate's hand and is consumed by your own grip, it is all on you. Even in times like this, running exemplifies independence. However, my best running memories have been alongside others. The presence of pack mentality keeps you honest on your effort. My best races have been alongside others when I've tuned into my own running, while still being aware of the group, while chasing the people and times ahead of me. It is a serendipitous relationship that is prevalent in all areas of life. You let the group carry you, and you in turn carry the group. It is a prime example of the powerful collaborations that can occur when ambitions and energy are shared. So, from the guide I just gave you, the common theme was learning to live beyond a facade. This facade being the stereotype of an independent woman. It is often defined under a cold light, which is okay if that's your jam, but we need to recognize the spectrum of colors of independence. It does not always imply operating like a machine. It instead rests in the balance of knowing when to carry or be carried by the group. And so, instead of telling you what to do, I'm going to pass the baton off to you and let you take from this what you will, because that, right there, is independence. Thank you.